Remember to like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends, and let's get into it. God, my hands are trembling. I gotta keep my act together. At least for now. Goddamn rain. Hasn't stopped pouring since I arrived. I'm really gonna love it here. Noted that name somewhere. What was that?
Blake. Lieutenant Carter Blake. Yeah, that's it.
Reporters. Already. Huh. They seem well informed.
The zone is sectioned off, sir. Please step back.
Agent Norman Jaden, FBI.
You got a badge or something, Mr. Jaden?
Yeah. Yeah, of course.
Check. You can pass.
I'm looking for Lieutenant Blake. Is he around?
I saw him arrive earlier. He's here somewhere.
Thanks. Video memo recording, Agent 47023, Norman Jaden, Tuesday, October 4th, 2011. Time is 8:14 a.m. Unrelated to the investigation. I'm looking for Lieutenant Carter Blake. Thanks.
The crime scene is compromised by all these people. I doubt there'd be many clues left, if there were any to start with. There's a railroad track near where the body was left. Same as all the other victims. The body must be under the tarp near the lights. Way too many people here. They're trampling all over the crime scene. I've got to find Lieutenant Carter Blake. The body is still here. and soaking wet.
Lieutenant Blake? I'm Agent Norman Jaden from the FBI. I went by your office this morning. They told me you'd be here.
Now, if you're looking for rain, dead bodies, and highways, you come to the right place. Mike, will you tell that asshole with the bulldozer to stop for 5 minutes? I can't hear myself think here.
Right away, Lieutenant.
Well, are you coming, Jaden?
So, what happened?
Some guy taking his dog for a piss found a body about 6 o'clock this morning. We don't know much more right now. Based on what we've seen, looks like the work of the origami killer.
Any witnesses?
None yet. Given the neighborhood, I'd be surprised if anybody saw anything. Any news on the coroner?
He's on his way, Lieutenant.
We've been waiting for an hour, for fuck's sake.
Do we know the cause of death?
There are no marks on the body. Chances are he was drowned, like the others.
Has the body been identified?
No, not yet. We should know more later today.
Has the time of death been established?
Based on the rigor mortis, must be less than 6 hours ago. We should know more once the coroner has had a look. Tony, I don't want to see a single shit-stirring journalist within a mile of here. You got it?
Yes, Lieutenant.
The case seems to be attracting the attention of the media.
Yeah, a greedy pack of vultures. These guys have killed their mothers for a scoop. Some investigation. Becoming a three-ring circus. Listen, I'm a little busy here. Why don't we discuss all this a little later, back at the office?
Oh, no problem. I understand. Do you mind if I have a look around?
Be my guest. Hey, Jaden. You come and see me if you find anything, okay? We're on the same team now.
Harry County. Sample of no interest. Comes from one of the policemen present on the wasteland.
Strange character, that Blake. Didn't seem too pleased to see me. The body is still here.
Harry, comment. The victim is lying on his back. No visible signs of violence. His face is covered with mud, like the other victims. Superficial wound on the right thigh. Blood analysis suggests it could be post-mortem. Probably a scratch that occurred when the body was being moved. The blood report indicates an advanced and long-lasting state of exhaustion. An orchid was placed on the victim's chest. A small origami figure in the right hand. Fingers were probably closed after the time of death. The victim is Jeremy Bowles, declared missing 5 days ago. See reference file. The killer must have carried the body here. Gotta be tracks around here somewhere. Impressive. Seems the only traces the killer left are those he intended to leave. He knew exactly what he was doing, right down to the tiniest detail. The body got scratched when it was moved. There may be more traces of blood around here. Harry, common. Orchid pollen detected. Probably from the flower left on the body. Harry, comment. Sample of no interest. Comes from one of the policemen present on the wasteland. Orchid pollen. Something the killer couldn't control. Can it be traced back to its source?
I'm heading back to the office. You staying?
Yeah, I'm gonna have another look around if you don't mind.
Take all the time you want.
Comment. Pollen particles disappear in the tall grass. It's probably the end of the trail. Harry, comment. Traces of blood on the railroad track. Analysis confirms it comes from the victim. Footprints continue just after the pollen trail. There's a good chance that they're the killers. Harry, comment. There are traces of blood on the fence behind the railroad line. It comes from the victim. The killer came this way with the body and probably grazed it on his way through the fence. There's a good chance that they're the killers. Harry, comment. Tire tracks on the side of the road behind the railroad line. It may be the killer's car.
Think I've seen all there is to see. I think I've seen enough. Better get back to the station before I catch pneumonia.
A bat. A fox. A crab. Blood. Blood spreading through water.
I have the results of your MRI scans. Everything seems to be normal. There is no physical damage from the accident. However, I am worried about your psychological condition. I know it's not easy, but you've got to start over, Ethan. You're not responsible for what happened.
It's my fault Jason is dead. He'd still be alive if I'd been looking out for him.
It was an accident. Accidents happen every day. You can't blame yourself forever for your son's death. How is Sean?
He's a very solitary kid, you know, very focused within himself. He's really close to his mother. With me, he's more distant.
And what about you, Ethan? What do you feel?
I no longer want to live. I have no reason to continue.
Not even for your son, Sean.
I couldn't save Jason. Sean doesn't need a father like me.
Is there something else you wanted to tell me, Ethan?
I sometimes have these blackouts. Times when I don't know what I'm doing. I recover consciousness sometime later, but I'm someplace else. And I have no idea how I got there. Do you think this could be related to the accident?
You suffered a massive concussion and were in a coma for 6 months. We really don't know what effect a shock like that can have on the brain. That's the end of this session. We'll continue this conversation next week. You were lucky, Ethan. It's very rare to survive such a traumatic accident.
I don't exactly feel lucky, Doctor. Aren't you gonna go play with the other kids?
I don't feel like it.
Do you want to eat something? How did things go at school today?
The teacher yelled at me for being late again. She's gonna send me home the next time it happens.
I'm sorry about that, Sean. Next time, we'll really pull it together, okay? Is something the matter, Sean?
No, I'm alright.
Sean looks so miserable. I wish I could help him. Just not sure I can right now. Poor Sean. He probably got into trouble at school because of me. We're just not communicating. Feels like we're drifting apart. Sean used to love going to the park, laughing and messing around. Man, he was so happy. But that was before, with Jason. What am I going to do to cheer him up? Maybe you're right on the merry-go-round. Maybe he'd like to have a turn on the swings. Saw a boomerang in his bag. He used to be pretty good with one of those. Sean used to love playing on the seesaw. A boomerang? You know how to use it?
No, not really. I can never make it come back.
Can I give it a try?
Whoa! You did it, Dad!
Do you want to give it a try?
I won't be able to do it.
Oh, come on, let's try it together. Now, the main thing is to get the right position at the beginning. Now, you gotta throw it straight and a little to the right. Now, throw it!
I did it! I did it, Dad!
Good job, Sean. See? That wasn't so hard.
I'll find something else to do with him. Maybe he'd like to have a turn on the swings.
You want to go play on the swing? I'll push you.
Okay. Come on, Dad! Higher! That was cool.
He seems to be having fun. It's been a long time since I've seen that smile.
What about that merry-go-round? I bet I can push you so fast you won't be able to stay on it.
Great! Go on, Dad, as fast as you can. Faster! Faster! Whoa! I think my head is spinning.
Good training for astronauts, though.
He seems to be having fun. It's been a long time since I've seen that smile. Sean used to love playing on the seesaw.
I haven't been on a seesaw in a long time. What do you think?
Yeah! Come on, Dad, make me fly!
Looks like rain's coming. I think you better go.
Okay. You know, sometimes I remember before. I mean, when Jason was still here. Sometimes I wish everything could just be the way it was before.
Me too, Sean. Me too.
Hey, Dad, can I have a ride on the carousel? Can I?
Sure. Go pick a horse and get on. I'll get a ticket.
I want to get back to being the kind of father I used to be. Sean looks happy. I wish I could see him like that more often.
One, please.
That's $1.
Did I just get run over?
Do you think it's gonna take long?
No, he should be finished soon.
I'm off, Charlene. I'll look at the reports later. Oh, cancel all appointments for this afternoon.
Okay. Oh, Captain. Agent Norman Jaden from the FBI is here.
Jaden, of course. We've been expecting you. I'm in a bit of a hurry. Do you mind tagging along? We can talk as we walk.
Yeah, of course. I wanted to introduce myself before getting started, but perhaps there's a better time.
No, it's fine. We just have to get to the press conference. We have them every day now. Believe me, it's not always easy finding something to tell them. Fortunately, today we have some news. Have you met Lieutenant Blake yet?
Yeah, we met this morning.
He has his own methods, but he's a good cop. I'm sure you'll get him well together. Do you know how to tie a knot in a necktie?
I guess.
To be frank with you, I could have done without the FBI on this one, but the press, they're all over us. This origami killer case crept up on us, and it's fast becoming a national concern. There are hundreds of killers in this country, but what do you know? This guy is exotic. He leaves flowers and origami figures. Work that one out. Then the press get onto it, and we suddenly become the center of the universe.
I'm here to arrest a serial killer. With all due respect, sir, the rest of it, it's none of my business.
No, of course not. All I'm asking is that you make progress, and fast. The press want a perpetrator, and we're gonna have to serve him up on a silver platter. Not bad. Oh, go see Charlene. She'll show you to your office. Check in on the press conference if you're interested. It'll give you an idea of the political climate around here.
Thank you, sir.
Welcome to the club, Jaden.
I should get Perry's assistant to show me my office. I can't wait to get to work. I'll have a look around the station. Stretch my legs for a bit.
Nice watch.
Oh, it's the present we offer to our new lieutenants. We've bought the same model each year for the past 20 years for each promotion. It optimizes everybody's time, and it's the kind of thing that always goes down well. You can contribute to our fund if you like. We're still a few dollars short.
Congratulate Larry on my behalf.
I'll be sure to do that, sir.
Captain Perry said you could show me to my office?
Yes, of course. Follow me.
I'll be back, guys. 1 second. I'm sorry. I'm back. Sorry, guys. I had to deal with something.
This is my office?
That's where I was told to take you. If you need anything, you know where to find me.
Okay, time to work. Step 1. Change the office. killer's car is probably a Chevrolet Malibu 83. A common species. That doesn't help much. The orchid is a common species. It can be found at any flower shop. No prints or specific clues. Nothing much to go on. Just one origami store in town. Eight victims in the last 3 years. All boys, aged between 9 and 13. No signs of violence. The victims disappear from public places in broad daylight. No one notices anything. Bodies are found 3 to 5 days later in rainwater. There is always a railroad line adjacent to where the bodies are found. And all the victims disappeared in the fall. This won't make the geoprofiling any easier. Always the same ritual. An origami in the hand, an orchid on the chest. The victims have always been dead for less than 6 hours when they were found, which means they remained alive for several days before being drowned. Over 3,500 people questioned. Over 100 suspects interrogated. Not a single lead to go on. The killer is white, aged between 30 and 45. He is intelligent, calm, and determined. An organized type. He has a car. He's probably employed, but his work allows him free time. Here we go again. I better go wash my face. I need to take some. I'm gonna faint if I resist. It's all right. I know I can make it. I know I can make it.
This is Lieutenant Blake, Mr. Marsh. Could you please tell him what happened?
It was this afternoon. I went to the park with my son, Sean. We played together for a while, and then he wanted to go on the carousel, so I put him on one of the wooden horses, and when I turned back, Sean had disappeared.
Exactly what time did you arrive at the park? Try to remember exactly, Mr. Mars. Every detail can be important.
It must have been about 5:30, I think. I'm not really sure.
What was your son wearing when he disappeared?
He was wearing a coat. A beige coat. And a pair of pants. Black pants.
How could Sean have disappeared without you even noticing? Weren't you right by the carousel?
I went for a short walk around the park, just for a few minutes. When I got back, the carousel had stopped, and Sean wasn't there.
You say you took your son to the park after school, but you didn't report him missing until 8:15. Why did it take you so long to contact the police?
I don't know. I panicked. I didn't know what to do.
All right. That's all the questions I have for now. You're free to go, Mr. Mars. We'll continue to look for Sean overnight. We'll contact you if we have any more questions.
Do you think the origami killer...
Listen, your son's probably just run off and he'll turn up in a couple hours.
But what if it is the origami killer?
Well, then we have about 4 days to find him alive.
Did they find something?
No, nothing yet, but they're gonna keep looking through the night.
Do they think it's the origami killer?
It's still too early to say, but it is a possibility.
What happened, Ethan? How could you lose Sean like that? You should never have taken your eyes off him. I mean, for God's sake, how hard is it to keep your eye on a child in the park? Why did you leave him, Ethan? Why? Wasn't it enough losing Jason? I'm sorry. It's not what I meant to say. I miss him so much.
Good evening.
Good evening to you, sir. Can I help you, sir?
Well, I hope so. My name's Scott Shelby. I'm a private detective. I'm investigating the case of the origami killer. I'd like to ask you a few questions.
My son is dead, Mr. Shelby. I have nothing more to say.
You may know something that could help save other people's lives.
I was unable to save the life of my own son. I do not see how I could save the lives of other people.
I also lost someone I loved. I know what you're feeling.
Then you will understand that I do not wish to talk about it.
Oh, do you sell inhalers? I'm all out, and at least I won't go away completely empty-handed.
In the back of the store, to the right.
Thanks.
Good evening, sir. Are you looking for something in particular?
Give me what you got in the register. Don't fucking try anything. Open the register, you dumb fuck. Put the money on the counter. Shit, are you deaf or what? Are you gonna open that fucking register or not?
No, sir. You do not have the right to steal that money from me. I have worked very hard to...
Hey, you! Come here! I said come here now! Don't move! Hands up! Put your fucking hands up or I'll shoot!
So what are you gonna do? Someone could walk in the store any minute and sound the alarm. You haven't got a chance of getting out of this.
The first guy to walk in here gets it right in the face. Fuck it, man, you're making me nervous. And when I'm nervous, there's no knowing what I'll do.
Look, it's not worth it. Put the gun down and just walk away.
You giving me advice? I'll give you some fucking advice.
The cops could turn up any minute. They don't give a damn about you. They'll shoot first and ask questions later.
You're trying to freak me out, is that it? You're trying to scare me. I don't give a damn about the goddamn cops. If they turn up, I'll just blast everyone.
Look, everyone can make mistakes. What's important is to know when to stop.
I know what I'm doing. Of course I know what I'm doing.
Now, I want you to put the gun back in your pocket and quietly walk out of the store. My friend and I will forget about what just happened, and you'll have earned a second chance not to fuck up your life. What do you say?
Nice try. For a second there, you almost had me believing all your shit. And now...
Thousand thank you, sir. I don't know what would have happened if you had not been here.
At least I didn't come by for nothing. Have a nice day.
When my boy, Reza, disappeared with a locker ticket inside the locker, I found this box. I do not understand what it means, but I think it must be a sort of message from the man who took my son from me.
Can I?
Please, take the box if it can be of any use to you at all. It did not help me to save Reza, but maybe it will help you find the other little boy. Mr. Shelby. I was beginning to think that there was no good to be found in this place. I can see now that I was wrong.
Goddamn insomnia. I'm totally exhausted, but I just can't sleep. 2:47 a.m. Always the same time. A hot shower. That'll create the magic of sleep. If I try to stay busy, it might actually help me get to sleep. A hot drink is what I need. I shouldn't take those damn pills again. Maybe I'll go to bed and give the sleep thing one more shot. There's someone here. There's someone in the apartment. The phone on the desk. I could call for help. The front door. It's the only way out. If I can reach it, I still have a chance.
When the parents came home from church, all their children were gone. They searched and called for them, they cried and begged, but it was all to no avail. The children have never been seen again.
I have to get out of here and find out what this ticket is about. Gonna have to make it through the crowd. I can't take crowds. Just can't handle it. No time to waste. I need to find out what's in that... The luggage lockers. They're on the other side of the station. I can't make it. Too many people. Too many people.
Jason! 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 Jason!
Line 18, box number 3.
Sean.
Where are you? I'm so cold. Dad! Dad!
The killer is white, aged between 30 and 45. He doesn't act on impulse, but plans his crimes in a very meticulous fashion. He doesn't have anything personal against the victims. That's why he covers their faces with mud, to make them anonymous.
Why does he kill them if he doesn't have anything against them?
For him, they're more of an image, a symbol. That's probably why he gives them an origami figure and an orchid as gifts to apologize for what he's done to them.
Very interesting. And where does all that get us?
It builds up a profile of the killer and helps us understand the person we're looking for. It might have been useful if it was done earlier in this investigation.
Continue, Jayden.
One detail attracted my attention. The interval between the time when a victim disappears and the time when the body is found ranges from 3 to 5 days. But the rainfall is always at 6 inches, give or take 10%.
What on earth does that mean?
All the victims were drowned in rainwater. The killer kills only in the fall when there is plenty of rain. It could be that he puts them in some sort of well or tank that is open to the skies and that fills up with rainwater. The more it rains, the less time the victim has to live. Then I studied the geographical distribution of the murders. Generally, a killer commits his first murder near to where he lives, so he has a safe place to flee to if any complications arise. The more confident he becomes, the further he roams from his base. By analyzing the locations where the victims disappeared, I was able to isolate a zone where the killer might live.
And what size is this, zone?
For the moment, about 10 square miles.
Oh, great. There must be 10,000 people live in that sort of area. You gonna question them one by one?
The more clues we get, the more we can reduce the zone. We can then cross-check it with our list of suspects and identify the killer.
So what's next?
There are 2 suspects whose psychological profile might fit and can be connected to the comfort zone. I'd like to question them.
God damn it. We're wasting our time with this bullshit. The killer's out there somewhere, and we gotta get off our asses and find him.
The killer is no ordinary murderer. He is intelligent, organized, and methodical. You won't find him by patrolling the streets.
Tell me, Agent Jayden, did you get your vast experience on the job, or did you just fucking read about it in some school book?
Your vast experience hasn't prevented 8 victims from being murdered.
Fucking asshole! That's enough! You said it took 6 inches of rainfall before the victim died. How much time do we have left?
Hang on, guys. I'll be back. I'm sorry. Okay guys, I'm back. Sorry I had to deal with something.
If the weather forecasts are right, less than 72 hours. No answer. We waste our time coming here.
Maybe we should have a little look inside anyway.
There's nobody home.
There is now.
I'm not sure that's entirely legal.
Call the cops.
Looks like Nathaniel Williams is a pretty religious guy.
He's a God-fearing idiot, waiting for the end of the world. We questioned him a few months back because he was causing a disturbance in the park. He was ranting and raving. Said he heard voices. Had this idea in his sick little head that I was the Antichrist. I'd come to Earth to persecute him. Real twisted.
The walls are covered with writing. Quotations from the Bible. All the signs of a mystical obsessive neurosis compounded by a persecution complex. You don't have to be a profiler to see he's not a killer. We're wasting our time here. It's stifling in here. Those windows haven't been opened in years. The guys taking a break from reality holed up here in this crazy apartment.
Good timing, Nathaniel. Just the man we're looking for.
Angels and ministers of grace defend us.
I'm Agent Norman Jayden, FBI. I'd like to ask you a few questions.
As God is my witness, I haven't done anything. I'm innocent.
Relax. Nobody's accusing you of anything. We just want to talk. Why all the crucifixes? You afraid of something?
The hour is nigh, and the wrath of God shall strike men down. I'm preparing for the end of the world.
Nathaniel, do you remember where you were last Tuesday at 4:30 p.m.?
Here? I was here. I was praying. All day.
Was there anybody with you?
No. No, I was alone.
Where do you work, Nathaniel? You have a job?
My sole occupation is praying to the all-merciful Lord for the salvation of humanity.
What about the voices, Nathaniel? Do you still hear the voices? We know who talks to you, don't we, Nathaniel? Or we both know who talks to you.
Don't speak that name.
What does he say to you, Nathaniel?
Blake, what are you doing? I can't talk about it. You mustn't talk about it.
He orders you to go and find new prey,
That's
doesn't
enough.
he?
Leave
He
him
needs
alone.
more and more.
No!
Shit!
You must
Blake
make
is
it.
totally out of
Bring
his
him
mind.
here.
I can't just stand around and do nothing.
He told you to go
Carter,
and find that kid in
shit!
the park.
Are you
The
out of your
voices
mind?
tormented you all night long. You wanted them to stop, didn't you, Nathaniel?
I've got to do something.
Stop! That's enough!
So you
I gotta
obeyed
stop
him.
Blake. He's going too far.
You took that boy with you and you drowned him. Isn't that right?
No! Stop! Stop!
You killed them, didn't you, Nathaniel? Are you gonna confess, you bastard?
You are the Antichrist.
Put down the gun,
I shall
Nathaniel.
dispatch you to your father in hell. He is the son of Satan. He was sent to Earth to destroy us. For Christ's sakes, shoot!
I shot him.
Yep. Looks like you did. Can't say I'll miss him. Come on, let's go.
Alright guys, I'm gonna end the stream here, so hopefully you guys enjoy. Remember to like, share, subscribe, and comment, and I'll see you all in the next video. Peace.